It's that time of the week again, here to wrap things up. The day after Independence Day, this is the Menacing Podcast. I'm Russ.
And I'm here.
And thank you here for joining us. Yeah. That's more than we can say for John. Sing bang. Let's get the business out of the way. You're sitting there. You're listening to this podcast in your parents' basement. That's no place for a grown man or woman to be. You need to be out of their house. They called us up. They want you out. So get in touch with Mike and Renee Hitkowski with Century 21 Realty. They'll get you into that home of your dreams and get you listening to this podcast in your own space. That's the American dream, am I right? We just had Independence Day. Yeah. That's the American dream. Listening to the Menacing Podcast while in your own house.
Dare I say, independently.
Oh, dare you say it, and you dared. So there it is. Listen to the Menacing Podcast independently with Mike and Renee Hitkowski with Century 21 Realtors. Give them a call. You can find their information on our Facebook page. Just search for the Menacing Podcast or on X at Menacing Podcast. You can also email us, can ask us for information, menacingpodcast@gmail.com, or reach out to us on Spotify. I don't think you can reach out to us on Apple Podcasts or any of the others. So there you have it, folks. This is the Menacing Podcast. Go back and do yourself a favor if you haven't already. I know our most ardent supporters have already, but if you're not an ardent supporter yet, you're going to be after this episode. But go back to Wednesday's episode. Give it a listen. See if you're smarter than Brent. He set the bar pretty high this past week, though. So we'll see how the coming weeks go. So, Brent.
Yeah.
How you doing, bud?
Well, I'm doing all right. I do want to throw out something real quick.
Okay.
And I apologize to this listener because I do have iTunes. And I try to look at the comments if we get any comments on the iTunes app.
Yeah.
And we did get a comment.
Oh, that's good.
And just recently, and well, about a week and a half ago.
But oh boy, okay.
This listener said, I don't know if I like this listener, but
it's always good. Don't like the listeners.
I appreciate the listening, but I can't get behind the listener on this one because listener comments. I'm 100% with Russ. See right there.
That's it.
Let's hear
them out. Let's hear them out.
Nope, that's it.
They clearly know what they're clearly using common sense.
No, they're not. Coconut should be nowhere near chocolate or candy. Kind regards from someone who does not like coconut.
Amen. That is a...
No, it's not a slow clap. That's not a slow clap.
It's a medium clap.
No.
That listener knows what they're talking about. They clearly are an expert.
No. Yeah, but see, I feel like you two put the lime in the coconut.
You put the lime in the coconut and you mix it all together or something? Yeah. Oh, that's what it's all about? What are you doing, the Macarena?
No, the
Macaruna?
No, that would be the...
You're doing great so far.
Hold on.
Good thing
you put your left hand in. You put your left hand in.
The hokey pokey.
Hokey pokey. Thank you. Yeah,
that's right.
That'd be the hokey pokey.
Yeah, that's not the Macarena.
Not the. I knew what I was talking about. You just went with Macarena.
That's all right. It works.
Hokey pokey's definitely
the hokey pokey. That's where it's at.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
That is.
Now, Brent, in contrast to that very smart listener,
okay,
we do have a less than smart take on it for my mother.
Whoa! Shots at Mom.
She actually took your side of that debate.
Mom.
She didn't email us, but she told me in person that coconut should be all up in the candy. She didn't quite word it like that. She's a little more poetic.
All that's up in it, huh?
That's my
just
paraphrase.
All up in there.
That's my paraphrase of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Like I said, I would take the coconut shavings that my mom had in the fridge and eat them plain. Oh yeah, that's pretty close to heaven. I mean, it's closer to heaven than West Virginia.
That's actually, my grandma is also in the same boat as you there. She would just eat that.
I'm just winning all the ladies over, except for this one.
Except for the...
Because this listener, I believe, is a lady.
It's a very intelligent person.
Well, let's...
So clearly we're in the minority on the coconut lover side. At least the vocal minority.
Yeah. But
I feel like we're in the silent majority.
Oh, yeah?
On the coconut side.
Yeah, okay, well... Oh my goodness, there is nothing wrong with a good shredded coconut in your
plenty wrong with it.
No, there isn't.
Leave coconuts in the pina coladas.
Okay. Well, you probably love some no, you're I don't know. I don't know where
Do you not like a pina colada?
Actually, I don't think I've had one because
really?
I'm a man and I drink whiskey and beer.
That's it. That's all you drink.
Well, yeah, mostly whiskey. I'll have a beer, and sometimes sometimes I'm around people and they're like, "Oh, I have all this light." I'm like,
light. God. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'm like, can we get a Guinness?
Something good.
Yeah, give me that. Give me a beer.
I'll even take a Budweiser over a light.
Yeah, same
Anything.
Here. Oh yeah, same here. Because that's American's lager.
That is American's
owned
lager.
by a different country.
That's all right. That's neither here nor there.
Happy birthday, America.
Just another quintessential American brand.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Aren't they like Brazilian, like the company that owns it might Brazilian be. Or something?
Yeah. It might be the company that owns that beer just escaped me. It starts with an M. Modelo.
Oh, Modelo Especial.
Yeah, I think that might be the company that owns Weiser now.
Really?
I think
you're right, actually. That sounds about familiar.
Yeah.
You know, we've actually got some great breweries in Michigan and some nationally renowned breweries like Bell's Brewery in Galesburg, Michigan.
Yep.
Or Founders Brewery in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is that's my personal favorite.
Of course it is. I think New Holland's pretty big too, isn't it?
New Holland in Holland, Michigan.
It's also in Grand Rapids.
Regular Holland, Michigan. Yeah, they have different locations, but aren't they headquartered out in Holland?
Might be. I don't know, because in Grand Rapids, I think that they do brewing there too.
Well, I know that they have that. They have the what is it called? The Knickerbocker.
Yeah. Have you ever been there?
I have.
I'm glad we're talking about things that only is specific to our. Come to West Michigan because we have the Knickerbocker.
It's a great place.
I'm not saying it isn't.
It's a world-renowned.
It's world-renowned
beer. Well, no, New Holland. I don't know if New Holland is world-renowned.
Everybody, hopefully, our listeners from Britain and France and Italy will get this message to our friends in Holland.
I do not want beer. I want wine.
Yeah, the old Holland.
Yeah, the old. Hey, everybody! I don't know a Dutch accent. That's
yeah. Or you know what? As we found out last episode, maybe Germany, because Russ is a huge fan.
They've got a lot of good beer.
Oh yeah, and that too.
That's why they have some good things. Some great songs.
Sure. Yes. Yeah.
So Brent.
Yeah. Huh.
What do you bring to the table
Nothing.
today?
I don't bring anything ever
at all. I'm just
never.
talking about today, not in general.
Oh, I don't know. I was gonna tell this story. I don't know how funny it's gonna be, but I'll give it a shot.
Yeah,
maybe you'll find it funny.
I can always read the listener email.
Yeah, I mean I could too, but who wants to hear from them? So I was at the gas station a couple weeks ago.
Okay. What were you doing there? Just
hanging
out at the gas station?
Smoking, hanging out. What you do at a gas station.
Hey, I remember when gas used to be $2.30 a gallon.
Yeah.
Hey, what about this presidential election, am I right?
Yeah. Can you put that out? There's gas around here.
Don't tell me what to do. This is America. It's a free country for now. Right? Yeah. Am I right? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Over there in the Camaro, you know what I'm talking about.
I pulled out the nozzle and just sprayed my cigarette with it. It was pretty sweet flamethrower right there. So I was
you guys don't even have the nerve to do that, do you?
Yeah.
Now you're about this is the pansification of America. Back in my day, kids used to smoke cigarettes and ride around without seatbelts.
Yeah.
Whichever communist plot, by the way, you're falling for it.
Yeah. Used to leave the cars running while filling up. Because we were BAs back then.
I will do that sometimes, actually.
So I'm standing there, or actually, I was coming back out to my vehicle because I pay inside.
Do you pay with cash?
No, I don't pay with cash. I wish I paid with cash.
Just like the interaction.
I love the interaction. Like I'm a people person.
Wage employees behind the.
If I'm at if I'm anywhere and there's a person, I will go to the person. I hate this. I'm not a fan of the self checkouts. I don't like using them.
Oh, this newfangled technology.
Well, no, because most of the time I'm buying alcohol, so I need to interact with the person.
And then you get the light flashing. Yeah, like everybody's "Oh."
And then I have to wait. Like actually, I'm some delinquent.
I have a little side story too. I don't know if you want me to wait until after you tell yours.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, I started mine.
Well, that's all right. I don't know if it'll fit.
So I was coming back out to my vehicle, and I'm rounding the back end, and this SUV stops, and these two guys are in it, and they roll down the window. They're like, "Hey," I'm like, "Hey," like I'm thinking they might need some help with something. So I stop and I try to
as we've known from past episodes, when you're at a gas station, there's a lot of people who ask you for help on things.
Yes.
You're like a gas station dad.
I'm like the gas station superhero. Like, hey,
You're like a rent-a-dad at a gas station.
I can fix it for you.
TM.
Oh, there you go.
ExxonMobil, you keep your filthy hands off that.
So I'm like, okay, these guys need help. No problem. They're like, hey, what are you doing Sunday? I'm like, okay, this is getting...
Well, this took a turn.
This is weird.
Were they asking you to help them move?
No.
Oh, okay. That's another thing
Yeah. They're like, this guy knows how to move.
He's got a truck.
Yeah. Well, thanks for telling everybody. No, it's okay. I was like, not sure what's up. And they're like, do you want to come to our service?
Jehovah's Witnesses.
Close, Seventh Day.
I didn't know they did that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So, and it's really weird because most of the time they have it on Saturdays.
Yes.
So it threw me off.
Sunday. Yeah, you would have been like.
And they said.
Are you a Protestant?
I was like, they're like, we're Seventh Day Adventists.
Are Seventh Day Adventists Protestant? I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Is anything not Catholic considered Protestant?
Yeah. So I was like, well, they said they were Seventh Day, and I heard Sunday, and I was like, you guys don't even know your own religion. You guys go on Saturdays.
So you guys got it wrong.
Yeah. I don't want to tell you your religion and beliefs, but you're wrong. And I go, okay. So I'm trying to be polite.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, and I'm saying no. I was like, no, it's okay. I'm Jewish. And they're like, it's okay. You can still come.
Did they like turn to each other first and like talk about it quickly? Like, so we think you can still come.
I was like, no, like I wanted to sit there and debate. Like, no, I'm practicing. Like I go on Saturday, my Sabbath. You go.
Maybe that's why they invited you on Sunday. Because they knew you were Jewish.
Oh yeah, they could tell. They were like, they were like, he means Jesus. They're like, we have a service on Saturday or on Sunday. So you can come on Sunday instead of Saturday.
You should have been like, no, I'm an Eighth Day Adventist.
Watch their heads explode all over the inside of their... I found that very weird. I was like...
I like how they're like, yeah, you can still...
Yeah, that's what I found weird. It's like, oh, you can still come. No, the point is
not looking for something new.
Yeah, I'm not like shopping around. Thanks.
Are you happy?
Yeah, I was just like...
Are you happy with your religious service?
Are you happy with what you believe in? Yeah, I'm good right now. Thank you.
Maybe we have a lot in common. It's a Seventh Day. We both go to service on Saturday. Well, we don't, but
yeah,
most do.
Actually, I think the Seventh Day Adventists also eat kosher. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Why do they?
Because there's a manual about it. You could look it up. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a huge manual about it. It's about 66 books.
Really? That's a lot.
Yeah.
Is it Harry Potter?
Making
a movie about Harry Potter, I would read it.
Yeah. You would read it if it was Harry Potter. Yeah, no, it's nothing quite as tame as Harry Potter.
Is it by J.R.R. Tolkien?
Getting close.
C.S. Lewis, right?
Oh,
he's the one.
Yeah, he
wrote it.
Yeah. I mean, in those 66 books, there's like murder and like incest and like rape and like all this other stuff, war and killing, and it's probably not. This
for by HBO.
Yes, it is. It's like
Game of Thrones.
I was just gonna say it's like the offshoot of Game of Thrones. So there you go.
Hear about that a little bit at church there.
They probably won't like me because they're like, he's taking the Bible way out of context. No, actually, I'm keeping it very in context.
They'll be like, so he's Jewish? Well, everything else
we'll lose listeners.
Everything else will be overrun. But so he's a Jew.
Yeah, he's free Palestine.
Yeah, I know. It took me by surprise too.
That was the first time I heard about it.
He doesn't talk about it every time we get together.
I don't. We just went our last episode. One thing.
And we even talked about Germany.
We did, and I didn't even say anything.
I would have been quiet too.
I know.
You don't want to make that one known.
Yeah, I just had to. I have to keep quiet when we talk about like Candace Owens types and stuff. Like I can't.
Yes.
Like.
Yeah, she's not a fan of your people.
Not a fan. Yeah. So
you're trying to usurp apparently Christians.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
We are. Right, Christians and Jews are at war with one another, as we all know. The age-old war.
Yeah. It's called the Catholic Church.
Hey, in fairness to the Catholics, there were a lot of Catholics who
standing up for the Catholics.
Why? Because it's fair to say that they helped the Jews during
white person. Yeah.
The Pope's Italian. Oh wait, no, Argentinian.
Still white. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Just by being Catholic, it makes him white.
Yeah.
As soon as you convert to Catholicism.
No, it's not even Catholic. He's white.
He's Argentinian. That's South American.
Doesn't matter.
What, are you going to call John white?
I mean, he doesn't... I get about as tan as he does. I actually probably get tanner than he does.
Oh, boy.
Actually, I know Dutch people that get tanner than him.
Okay, you're not wrong. I can't argue with you on that.
So, yeah. I'm calling John white.
Okay. That's fair, actually. Yeah. He's very white.
Yeah. It's like if his short leg came up, you'd be like, "Oh, can you cover that up? That's a white thigh." Like that's how white he is.
Yes.
He isn't. Yeah. Not that I've seen it, but I can. That's the whiteness of his whiteness. But I just found it hilarious when they were like, "It's okay, you can still come." I'm like, no. The rejection isn't the fact that I want to go or whatever. It's like, or like I wouldn't feel accepted. The rejection is I have my own belief and everything. Like I already do my own thing.
Yeah. You don't need the other thing.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I almost pointed him towards the Catholic Church, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, how would they have taken that, I guess? I don't know. I don't know the relationship between Seventh Day Adventists and Catholics.
Right, yeah, neither do I. But I didn't want to get too religious, but they were wrong.
And you let them know it.
Oh, I did. Yeah. And it's strange.
So weird that they're like going through... Were you the only one they targeted?
Yeah. And there was probably at least 5 cars there.
Were they just driving through and like, that man looks like he needs Jesus?
Either that or
this whatever like the Seventh Day Adventist. Yeah. Maybe we should have him visit us.
Oh. Yeah.
The cult of Brent.
Yes. Well, no.
You could have gone and converted a bunch.
Yeah. But see, the thing is being the leader, I don't have to evangelize. It is.
Oh, that's fair. Right. Everybody else has to.
Yeah. You know what's really funny? Speaking about looking like Jesus and all that, my mom was over this past week, and I was
running. Now your mother's name is Mary, correct?
Yes. She was a virgin when she had me. It was weird. Don't worry about it. So she was over, and we were talking, and we were reminiscing about some of the good old days, and I I told her, I was like, hey, Mom, do you remember the one time I called you woman? And she was like, no, not really. I was like, okay.
But thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, so I told her, I walked into the kitchen one day, and I go, hey, woman, is food ready? And I was like, Mom, you turned. And you were holding a spatula.
You're like, that went through.
What'd you just say to me? And I said, hey, Mom, is food ready? She goes, no, what'd you say? And I was like, hey, woman. And she goes, you don't call me woman. And I go, Jesus called his mom woman. And she goes, well, as soon as you take away the sin of everybody in the world, you can call me woman. I was like, all right.
You learned your lesson that day.
Yeah, I was just glad she didn't hit me with the spatula. I mean, I was like 17.
Or you're probably glad she was only holding a spatula.
Yeah. I was like 17. Pretty sure she still would have used it on my hindquarters. Like, my mom is
so.
Yeah, my mom takes. I think if I was to say something to her today that like she was like, nope, you're getting punished, she would spank me in front of my wife, and not like she would like a punishment.
Maybe take the belt off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my sister and I are in agreement that my mom's favorite child is my wife.
That's how it usually goes. Because it's the same with my family.
Well, I can see that. I mean, well, your sister isn't terrible.
Yeah, she's pretty terrible. Pretty terrible.
I get along with her.
Yeah, that explains why she's so terrible. You walked right into that one.
Very good, sir.
Only supports my case.
But your mom and dad love me. Well, no, hold on.
My mom loves you.
Okay. I kind of feel like they love my wife and kids more than me. They're like, oh, Brent's here, yay!
That's
like,
true.
I brought my wife and kids.
Even my dad does. My dad was like, your kids were doing this thing where they were like jumping from on their knees up onto their legs.
Yeah.
My dad did it with him in his 60s. And that your kids have my dad jumping up.
Yeah.
He did it.
Yeah. Well,
he's still around.
He's still walking.
Doesn't walk well, but he's still walking. That's.
But I think that your mom likes me, and then when I bring the kids and my wife around,
it's even better.
Yeah, it's amplified.
That's the reason why I like Brent.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why everybody likes me. I'm like, hey, I'm coming over, and everybody's
it's
like,
the wife and kids.
Are your wife and kids? No, it's just me. Okay. And then it's like, okay, now the wife and kids are, oh, yeah. It's like a red carpet thing. I'm like, gee.
For you, it's just like, come on, whatever.
Yeah.
You're here.
Can you just throw in some scraps?
Yeah.
And then wife and kids is like, hey, we got dinner prepared.
Yeah, we catered it in.
Yeah. It's like, weird. I was just here a week ago. You guys didn't have a thing to eat.
You're talking about how you didn't have any money to cater in food for me.
Or money at all. Yeah, exactly.
Now you got red carpets. And
it's weird. It is weird. But yeah.
Jimmy John's Catering? What the heck?
Jimmy John's.
It's good stuff.
I just had that the other day. It costs an arm and a leg.
It's expensive.
Oh, very. I ordered just for me. Now, in all fairness, I got like the 17-inch sub.
Okay, yeah. So you went with the most expensive thing you're that guy. You're the guy who gets the most expensive thing.
No.
He goes, back in my day.
No. So I'm sick and tired of getting like, oh, it's a foot long, sweet. And then you eat the foot long, you're like, I'm still hungry.
Was it a shot at Subway?
That is a shot at Subway.
Okay, wow. You're throwing down the gauntlet.
Yeah. So I'm like, I want to feel full after I eat, because that's the purpose of eating, is so that I don't have to eat more.
Right.
So I got the what is it, 17-inch, 18-inch, or whatever?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't actually go to Jimmy John's that often because it's so. I don't need Jimmy John's money. Let's just say that.
Yeah, and I ordered my meal, and I was like, oh, and my wife goes, we could have got a steak dinner. I'm like, no, we couldn't have. She goes, yeah, you could have got a steak dinner at Logan's. I was like, no, that's not a steak dinner. I'm like, Ruth Christie's, Chop House, that's a steak dinner.
Yeah.
Logan's is like fast food steak. I'm going to say it.
It is. That's why it went bankrupt, probably.
I mean,
like
still
Texas
wrong.
Roadhouse,
Texas
right? Those are both kind of the same. Like,
Yeah.
they're like Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
They're good, right?
Yeah,
You go there, they're good.
Yeah,
but-
if you don't want to stand in front of your grill or whatever, like, yeah, and you want a quick, juicy steak, Logan's, Texas, Outback, sure.
Oh, and blooming onions.
Oh. But if you like want a steak dinner, you find like a Ruth Christie's or a Chop House or something.
Ruth Christie's?
Yeah.
Is that Chris Christie's sister?
Yes.
No, it's Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
Yeah. No, it's Ruth Christie's.
No.
Is it Ruth Chris?
Ruth Chris Steakhouse.
Downtown?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Christie's.
That's more of a chain, though, Ruth Chris.
Okay. But, I mean...
It's like
still-
Ruth's Chris.
Yeah.
It's like Ruth's is plural.
Yeah.
Or
Ruth's-
possessive, excuse me.
Ruth's Chris. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go to one of those spots. Like, you go to a steakhouse.
Yeah.
You don't go to...
No, that's for
chain.
if you're just, you want an Applebee's that
Yeah.
predominantly does steak.
Yeah, Applebee's, TGI Fridays, something like that. But, like...
Oh, TGI Fridays.
Oh, my goodness. But, yeah, you
Chili's.
you go to, like, one of those spots for something that you don't want to cook, but you want to afford. But if you like want a steak dinner, you go to like a Ruth's Chris or like a Chop House or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
You go to a steakhouse, not something that says steakhouse. You go to yeah.
Not something that says steakhouse.
Yeah. If it says steakhouse in the name, it's not a steakhouse.
Probably not that. No, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's not a steakhouse. But like my wife and I went to. Why does this show always go to food?
It's what we talk about what we know.
Yeah, and love. And it shows. But my wife and I went to a Chop House, and I ordered a steak. Oh my goodness!
And you had to take out a second mortgage as
Yeah,
well.
I mean, yeah, but worth it for the steak.
Yes.
I was like, I don't know what you guys did to this. And they're like, oh, we hand massaged the cow, and I was like, oh. Well done. Like, can I see that masseuse? Because I have not.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, his name is Dexter. Never mind. I'm good. But, oh my goodness. It was, my wife is like, yeah, that place, like, if we could go back, like, when we get one of the mortgages paid off, we'll take out another
When we
one.
get this podcast off the ground
Yeah.
and making money, we can afford to go to the Chop House.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, oh my god, it's so good. That steak, that melts in your mouth.
Melt
not
in your
hand.
mouth. It's weird to say.
It burns
that
your
about
hand.
meat. Yeah. Well, how are you eating it?
Don't
Do you
worry.
just pick it up and like tear it? You pick it up with me, Brent. Eat.
No, I was civilized. I used a fork knife, and I little pieces, and because you don't want to look like yourself.
Yeah.
At one of those
Yeah,
places.
that's a fancy place.
Yeah, it's a fancy place, so you don't want to like eat like
Did
yourself.
you dress up for it?
Yeah.
Did you?
Absolutely.
Good for you.
Absolutely.
Good
I
for you.
actually, when my wife and I go out on dates, I prefer that we dress up.
Oh, really?
Yes, I prefer that I would, depending on the weather, because as we talked about a couple episodes ago, I sweat.
Yes.
But I would really like to wear nice clothes for my wife when we go out. And she would like to wear nice clothes for me.
Sure.
So it kind of looks like we escaped from the Seventh Day Adventist church because we're wearing our Sunday best.
You're driving to the gas station,
Yeah.
getting some new converts.
Yeah. We escaped. We were wearing our Sunday best.
Have you heard the good word of Ben Carson? He's a Seventh Day Adventist.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, staunch listener too.
That's why the joke was there.
Yeah.
Jokes are always better when you explain them.
They are.
Yeah.
The punchline hits harder.
It hits harder.
Yeah.
It's just right. Yeah.
Yeah. So like when we went to Chop House, like we dressed up.
Nice.
Yeah. But that was before we had like our fourth kid.
Oh,
so
okay.
We still had money.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah. It really was.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Actually, no, that's not true. You and I, we talked about this, like in our first or second episode. But you and I went to the same comedy show, Jim Gaffigan.
That's right.
Yep.
Yep.
And right after that show, we actually went to the Chop House. Now, we didn't have a dinner there, but we had dessert and drinks.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't that long ago, but yeah.
No, okay. So, but the last time you had like a dinner there.
Yeah, it was a few years ago.
It's a good place.
Yeah, I love the atmosphere.
Oh, yeah. It feels like, well, it feels very fancy.
Yeah,
I mean, just for
it really does. Like when you go to Logan's in Texas, like it's country music.
Logan's, you're throwing peanut shells on the floor.
Right.
If you do that at Chop House, there's going to be somebody coming along with a broom instantly as soon as that peanut hits the floor.
Yeah, and probably asking you not to do it again.
Yeah, could you not?
And asking you not to eat your own personal peanuts.
Did you bring those in?
Did you
bring those with you?
Yeah. Logan's, whatever, they have the country music. Chop House has like, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin.
Yes.
Lights down
classic
low.
Music.
Classical. Like, yeah, it's like, oh.
Yeah, the lighting in there is fantastic.
Oh, it is.
Like you want to eat and then take a nap.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very calm.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's very calm.
Which is good for you.
Yeah.
You need that.
Yes. Because when I look at the menu, I get all revved up. I'm like, oh, everything.
And the menu's on a tablet.
And, yeah. And I'm like, everything. And my wife's like, calm. Look at the lights.
We also have kids that have to eat.
Actually, when we went to the Chop House after the comedy show, I asked. There was a bottle. I think it was whiskey.
Oh goodness! Okay.
That was locked up, and I was like, "Why is that bottle locked up?" I think it was a Henry V. I think that's the whiskey. That's the bottle. I know it was after royalty. I think it was Henry V, the drink. I go, why is that bottle locked up? He goes, well, number one, the bottle itself is complete crystal. I was like, okay. He goes, number two. I was like, oh, okay. Well, how much is a shot of that? He goes, it's about $150
for a shot
or $100.
It doesn't matter if it's 100 or
it was it was pushing 100, and I was like, is that for like a glass? He goes, no, an ounce, a shot. And I was like, good night. Yeah, it was like a I don't know. I think the bottle, it's like if you bought the bottle itself full, it's like $1,200 or $1,500.
Oh my goodness! No, thank you.
I was like, okay, well, can you give me a Jack Daniels?
Yeah. What's your cheapest whiskey?
They dust off the Jack Daniels. They're like, here you go.
You can just have the bottle.
Yeah. It hasn't been used in years. Thanks.
I'll take it. You wouldn't complain.
Oh no, absolutely. I would take. I would be like, yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Let's before we wrap up here.
Okay.
We should get to this listener email.
Oh, yeah.
Because we talked last week about where pickles come from.
Sure.
In our fermented episode. And we got a response from a listener, Yakov Feldman.
Nope.
Yakov Smirnov.
Yakov. Which in English is Jacob.
Yakov Feldman. What up, Menacer? If you hear his email, you're going to know it's Yakov. What up, Menacers?
Yakov.
It's Yakov, the Viper Feldman here. That was close, wasn't it? I was getting swole and shredded at the gym. You spell it J-I-M, so I'm not sure what's going on here. Pumping my ear holes with the righteous humor. That's true.
Yeah.
While pumping some serious iron.
Okay.
Then you wondered about who invented the pickle. Well, it's time for a little history lesson from yours truly. The most knowledgeable and totally shredded dude in the room. I thought that was your role, Brent.
I thought so, too.
Even when I am not in the room.
Okay.
This guy. So there
Confidence.
I was, flexing my way through ancient times, just me and my bros getting our spiritual gains at the shul, which you should know this, which is the Jewish word for school.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Oh, okay. Is that actually the Jewish name?
Yes,
Oh,
shul.
wow. It's also a delicious coffee company. I'm flexing my pecs to the rhythm of my Torah prayers. This guy's Jewish as well.
Yeah.
When suddenly it hits me like a ton of matzah. Bros, we've been blessed with these bodacious cucumbers.
Stop.
But what's up?
Why did he have to phrase it like that?
What do you mean?
Okay, continue.
Bros, we've been blessed with these bodacious cucumbers, but they're going to go bad faster than Pharaoh's army in the Red Sea. It's a shout out to his Jewishness. My homies are all nodding in agreement because they know I've got the brains and the brawn to solve this pickle of a problem.
Oh.
That's where the phrase comes from.
Yeah.
I start flexing my mental muscles, trying to come up with a way to keep these green wonders fresh for days. Then, like a bolt from the blue, it comes to me. Salt water, baby. I mean, we all know what happened to Lot's wife when she looked back, right? Oh,
what happened? Too soon, yeah.
Too soon. Homegirl turned
hold on.
What's that?
I believe the Jew knows, but do you know? What happened to Lot's wife?
Yes. She turned into a pillar of salt.
Oh, good guess.
Well, he says it next.
Yeah.
Homegirl turned into a pillar of salt, and that's when I knew salt was the key to preserving our precious cukes.
Hey, what?
I'm not.
Way to read ahead there.
I'm always reading ahead.
Yeah.
I grabbed the biggest barrel in the land, which was like lifting a feather with my massive guns. Sure. I fill it up with that good old H2O. That's water, I think, right? And start dumping in salt like it's going out of style. Why didn't he just go to oceans have salt water?
The Dead Sea.
Yeah. I'm talking a serious amount of salt here, bros. Like literally Lot's entire wife.
Oof, that was too soon. It's a lot of salt.
That's a lot of salt. I don't know if she was a larger
maybe she was a
woman
petite woman.
Yeah,
maybe she was a petite woman.
Then I didn't read that far ahead. Then I start packing in those cucumbers, making sure they're nice and cozy in their salty new home, just like how I tuck in my bulging biceps every night.
It's weird. That's weird.
Fast forward a few Shabbats, and bam! Did I pronounce that one right?
Yeah, you got Shabbats. Well done.
No, I was asking about Bam.
Oh, yeah. You nailed Bam.
Okay. I bust open that barrel with a single flex of my pecs. What do I find? The most lip-smacking, jaw-cracking, and absolutely righteous pickles ever to grace the earth. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, bros, it was like a flavor explosion straight from the Garden of Eden.
Oh.
Too soon on that one.
That was a bit...
From that day forward, okay. Pickles became the hottest thing since the burning bush. We're noshing on them at Passover Seders. We're tossing them into our Purim. What is it? How do you
Purim.
Purim. Like a cat. Purim gift baskets. We're even using them as weights for our Torah study sessions. Okay, maybe not, but a broken dream.
No, I can't. I can't.
Brent can verify every detail of this. He begged me to write this, and he and I are soulmates. Oh, you know this guy. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. So that's the Vipe.
I deny knowing.
That's why you kept pronouncing his name the correct way. What was it? Kakov?
Yeah, you got
Kakov the Viper Feldman.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Wow. I didn't know he was one of your pals. That's sweet.
Oh, every Jew knows each other, huh?
Every Dutchman knows each other.
Oh, that's because you guys have to stay in touch about money.
Yeah.
Oh, how much did you tip
that?
Yeah. How much are you tipping? At least 5%.
That is far too much.
Whoa.
Let's not get carried away here.
So
there you go. That's the history of the pickle from our listener, Yakov
close.
Feldman.
Yes. I would probably go with Yaakov.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't. Is it you said Yakov?
No, I don't even. There's no fun. Just Yaakov.
I can't get that. It's in the throat. I can't get that.
Something's in the throat.
I can't, say
probably a pickle.
Try it one more. Try it one more time.
Yaakov.
Yeah. See, it's that I can't. That's. I'm gonna have a tough time with that. I just don't have the linguistics for it.
Too bad you're not double tongued like me.
That's what. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know what?
So what are you got to say about it? I mean, that's your buddy. Sorry, Yechov.
Yes. Yeah.
Yechov.
Yeah. You know what? I wouldn't put it past. I wouldn't put it past Yaakov flexing his sweet pecs and getting Lot's wife in a barrel of water.
Yeah. Does anybody actually have, does a museum have Lot's wife?
I don't. That would be interesting. No, because there's been way too much rain.
Yeah, that'll.
Yeah. Definitely dampen things right there.
Yeah. Unintended?
Well,
Hey-o.
Don't look back. Why is it always the women that do the stupid?
They never listen.
Eve, Lot's wife.
Did you almost say, why is it women who do the stupid things?
Yeah, Eve, Lot's wife. That one chick with Samson. Oh, actually, no, Samson
That
actually brought it upon himself.
Yeah,
but in all fairness, if you read Samson's story,
it's the woman's fault.
it is because it says that Delilah badgered him to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so ladies.
And now she does her radio show.
Yeah. Delilah.
Which is
But
badgers everybody.
Yeah, but only during Christmas.
Only, yeah.
And it's only 6 months out of the year.
It's weird that that's like the only time everybody suddenly hears her again.
Yeah. Well,
I think she has her show all year round, but it's
Really?
like, I don't know. Maybe she's only Christmas.
I like how we're being very specific to one area.
I thought she was nationwide.
Is she?
Is on your side.
Nationwide. Oh, they're not sponsors.
No, don't give
Yeah, I can't. But I didn't. Maybe she's syndicated.
You know, Brent, you bring up a great point.
Yeah.
That everything bad in the world is caused by a woman.
Yeah.
That's a great point that you made.
Yeah, except for childbirth. That's beautiful. Can't take that away from women are superheroes in that aspect.
Men do it better now. I'm just saying. We got it all.
I mean, we're the sexiest women. We're the most sportiest women.
Yep.
We're.
I knew I would get a rant going here.
We're taking pageants over as women. Yeah. You know what? We can give birth to a child better. It'll look like a windsock, but we give birth to child better.
On that note, I'm still intrigued by these Seventh Day Adventists who drove through a parking lot, saw you.
Yeah.
It was like, this guy, we want him in our cult. I mean, our religion. So, folks, thanks for listening. This has been the Menacing Podcast. Have a great weekend. We'll be back next week as per the usual.
Yeah.
With all new episodes.
Make sure you go hug a Seventh Day.